US President Donald Trump has shared an AI-generated video promoting his vision for the reconstruction of the Palestinian territory Gaza. The video features Elon Musk and a sunbaking Donald Trump and Benjamin Netanyahu reclining at a beach resort. Well, that's the video. It follows Donald Trump's remarks earlier this month about wanting the US to lead Gaza's reconstruction. He suggested relocating millions of Palestinians and turning the territory into the Riviera of the Middle East. Gazans who've watched the video reject any idea of being displaced from their homeland.
We're asking him why displace its people? Why doesn't he come and say, welcome, come and rebuild Gaza with its people in it? Its people can rebuild it. He can pay money, fix things, and free us from this occupation. The people are clinging to their land and their homeland, because this is the land of their fathers and grandfathers.
Jean Burgess is Professor of Digital Media at Queensland University of Technology's Digital Media Research Centre and leads the university's Gen AI lab. She joins me now from Brisbane. Morning to you. Jean, I want you to be perfectly honest. I want your raw initial reaction when you saw the video.
Well, I've been studying AI-generated content really intensively over the last week. And first I thought the Instagram algorithm was trolling me, and then realised the video was in fact posted by the official Donald Trump account. And then I thought, oh, that's right, he's back on Meta platforms and this is what he does with it.
Right, so you're equating it to being back on a bigger platform that can be seen by more people rather than just his Truth Social. Why has he reappeared on these platforms?
Well, there's been a massive, like a seismic cultural shift in the way that platforms see their role within society, the extent to which they feel a responsibility to ensure that the content shared and posted on their platforms isn't harmful. And there's been an about face with Donald Trump having previously been banned from Meta and then being allowed to return following his election or around that time. And this is the kind of stuff that he does with it. But I don't think he made the video himself. I think this is just a pure piece of internet trolling fan art, which which President Trump chose to repost in the middle of the night in one of his mobile phone binges, is my hypothesis.
Are you of the belief that he does all of his posts, or that there are people that use it on his account?
I'm sure it's a mixture of both, but we do know that he, notoriously and impulsively posts on his own, on Trump's Social, his own platform where this video was first shared, and always did on Twitter as well. And there's very little thought, filtering, or strategic intent behind a lot of the posts. So he's essentially operating part-time as kind of a US president and part-time as an ordinary internet troll with a huge audience and huge influence on real-world affairs.
Yeah, it's provocative, incredibly provocative. That's what he wants. And I mean, you follow algorithms. Rage bait gets clicks.
Rage bait gets clicks, but I think there's also something else going on here where deadly serious, literally deadly serious messages of intent can hide behind apparently humorous, silly, junk like this. And it is essentially junk, but as we've seen, it's gone worldwide on the news overnight, created, of course, major consternation in Gaza itself, And there's a very serious message behind it, which is that we do whatever we want. And it's essentially promoting ethnic cleansing, which previously would have been a very serious matter on Meta and would have had the post taken down.
Interesting. A lack of compassion is what I've seen some people saying. They find it confusing and it shows a lack of compassion. But Donald Trump is only playing to his own audience. I mean, what does something like this upset them, do you think?
It's perhaps backfired a little bit because even it seems the Christian right, they're not upset about the potential promotion of ethnic cleansing or the fact that there's, the violation of social norms in Arab and Muslim culture with Trump dancing with women and with bearded men wearing kind of women's stereotypically Arab women's clothes. But I've lost my train of thought. What did I start off answering?
The Christian lobby who are upset with him being this idol.
Sorry to interrupt. They're not worried about any of that. They're worried about the golden idol statues of Donald Trump. So they're worried about idolatry. But I think even fairly hardline far right supporters of Trump's are rightly concerned by just the kind of grotesqueness and the poor taste of this video, and just asking him to concentrate on his job, which according to him was to make America great again, not interfere in world affairs in this really unkind, uncaring and disrespectful way.
But the bottom line, Jean, is that Trump wants to be talked about, and doing provocative things like this gets him talked about.
Yeah, I think so. I think, honestly, I believe in my heart, with no evidence, and this is just me speaking as a person, that he stays up looking up himself online and reposting stuff that he thinks is cool or funny or likely to get a reaction. I was most concerned when I first woke up at 5 a.m. and saw this, that he might have been creating this video himself. But I don't think that's likely to be the case.